pretty sky this morning. Soft pink colors. Let's breathe together. Start on your back, on the bed, the sofa, the floor, your recliner kicked back, with your legs uncrossed. Or alternatively, you can sit in a chair with your knees at 90 degrees and your feet flat and toes pointed forward. Now check alignment and lift your chest and tuck your chin gently back toward your neck, straightening the neck vertebra and making space for air and blood and nerve pulses to flow. And pull the breath in through both the nostrils and pull it down so that the diaphragm pushes and your belly rounds up. And then release the breath and let your body lengthen and flatten. Pulling the breath down, pulling the diaphragm down, brings it down to the lower lobes of the lungs where the blood flows predominantly. For a rich exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide and toxins. Good. This morning, let's do exercise with our fingers and hands, opening our hands to the flow of blood and energy and aligning them. Start by bringing your hands in front of you, looking at your palms, and spread your fingers wide apart. We're going to work with the space between the fingers. So look at the space between the thumb and the index finger on both hands. And now you're going to bring that space together and you're going to push. So the space between the thumb and index finger on the right hand is pushing into the same space on the left hand. And in this position, as you push, use the breath and draw the breath in and do 3 breaths. And you may find this painful. As long as you are breathing long and deep, you're bringing blood and oxygen and energy to this area. If it's too painful so it interrupts your breath, then ease off a little. But you're actually expecting it to be painful. And so you breathe and hold the position. Good. And now bring your attention to the space between the index finger and the middle finger. And now bring them together so that the space between the index finger and middle finger on the right hand is pushing into the same space on the left hand. And push and breathe. For me, this one is more painful than the thumbs, but it's not interrupting my breath, so I'm accepting that pain as a positive change. And breathe your 3 breaths to this space. Good, and when the 3 breaths are complete, release. And open and close your hand to release the tension or the residual discomfort. And now look at the space between the middle finger and the ring finger. And you're going to bring the space on the right hand into the same space on the left hand. And you're going to push and hold the pressure and breathe 3 breaths. And as long as you can breathe the 3 breaths, then the pain is okay. If it interrupts your ability to breathe, by all means back off. Breathe your 3 breaths. And when the 3 breaths are complete, release and open and close your fingers. And now look at the space between your ring finger and your little finger, the pinky finger. And the space on the right hand interlocks with the space on the left hand between the ring finger and the pinky finger. And push. And hold the tension. And breathe your 3 breaths. Breath coming in through both nostrils and rounding your belly up. And releasing and letting the breath flow out. And complete 3 breaths while maintaining the pressure. And if there's pain, as long as your breath is going, then it's bringing blood and oxygen right to that space. Good. And when the 3 breaths are complete, open and close your hands and shake your hands out. And then just pause for a moment and feel the energy in your hands. Do they tingle? Can you feel the effects of the work with the isometric exercise? Such an interesting exercise. Our hands are so important to us, allow us to do so many things. Good. This is an exercise. I think we'll do this for the next 5 days and then notice our hands after the 5 days. We'll be surprised, I believe, at the good changes. Now keep breathing long and deep and making that breath into that 3-part breath, consciously aware of drawing the breath in, the belly rounding, keeping the belly round continuing to draw in and rounding across the ribs and across the back, and continuing to draw in and rounding up the chest all the way to the collarbones. And at the very top, take in 3 extra sniffs to fill the space. And then let the breath flow out, either through the nose or the mouth, and let it flow out all the way to the bottom. And then at the bottom, 3 puffs. And inhale all the way to the top, and at the top, 3 sniffs. And then exhale out all the way to the bottom. And at the very bottom, 3 puffs out to let all the air go. Good. And now draw the breath in. And continue breathing that long, deep breath. 3-part breath. And notice yourself today and notice your breath and count it. Check where you are. They say that a 6 count, 3 on the inhale and 3 on the exhale, is a good average. Try that and see if it works. And shorten it if you need to, or lengthen it if you can. Stay comfortable with this breath. Don't put your body into survival mode. Just breathe long and deep and find where you are today. Good. And gradually begin to lengthen the exhale. Starting perhaps with a 2 count on the inhale and a 4 count on the exhale. Breathing in through your nose and out through either your nose or your mouth. Everybody's different. If it's easier to go longer with breathing out through your mouth, do that. If it's easier with the nose, do that. And breathe in through both nostrils and then out through either the nostrils or the mouth. For me, it's easiest when I round my lips and exhale through rounded lips. I can extend my exhale longer. See what works for you. And breathe in through both nostrils. And breathe it out and lengthen the exhale. Maybe a 2 count and a 4 count. Maybe a 3 count and a 6 count. Maybe a 4-8. Or maybe you can extend the exhale even longer. Make the transition smooth between the inhale and the exhale. Don't try to go further. We're allowing and persuading our breath to exhale longer because we know it calms and nurtures the nervous system. And we know that it creates a pattern that we can rely on. So in life, when stressful thoughts or stressful situations occur, we can lengthen the exhale and nourish our nervous system. The habit is in stress to lengthen the inhale, which is exactly the opposite of what we want. And so we practice so that in life, when it occurs, we can have an aha moment. Aha, I'm breathing pretty shallow and the inhale's pretty long. I'm going to switch over to my extended exhale breath and breathe in through both nostrils and lengthen the exhale. Good. Keep breathing long and deep in this pattern. And if you want to stay longer, I'll let the birds and bells continue to play for you. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Have a great day.